In case we get one of these COVID motherfuckers coming down.
Yeah, in case they come for inspection.
Checking you out.
Checking me out.
You see the thing where where this inspector was in a synagogue, and he was like creeping in the window.
Oh yeah.
Of the synagogue, trying to see what people were doing.
No.
Like, this is fucking ridiculous. Two Boys Podcast.
What up? It's your boy Chad O. Out here in LA.
Trying to get lost in the subway. Thank you, Valencia, but I'm about to head on the train heading to Madrid. I'm telling about Two Boys Podcast on 13 Ghost TV. Like, subscribe, and send us a few messages. I don't hablo mucho español, but I'm doing the best I can. Peace.
Ding.
111.
Congratulations.
I always say ice barrel.
Less the barrel.
I know. I'd see it and I think ice barrel. I don't know why.
Ice barrel, because it looks like ice.
I know. I know that's not what this thing is, but I just
man, Mo Less. How you doing, brother? Hope you're feeling good, man. Hope you're feeling better. It's a little under the weather, my friend. There.
Oh no! Cough it out. Sniff it out. A little bourbon. Get all that shit out.
Some bourbon. Bourbon will do it.
Bourbon will do it. Some whiskey. Some hot toddies. We're getting in that hot toddy weather.
Ooh. Indeed.
You know.
Yeah. So, where were we? What were we talking about?
We were talking about how fucked up it is. Well, we were talking about how this got jacked up, and then we were talking about
the intrusiveness
of
inspectors for COVID
right.
inspectors
yes.
who are going around where they could be helping people. And I was saying that when I got my first
your ticket,
the officer who pulled me, I was double parked and I was helping someone with I think I was delivering food or something in my truck or something. And I double park, flashing lights on. I get out to go around to get the stuff out. And this fucker comes, triple parks. Hey, You're illegally parked here. You can't double park here. And I said, okay, well, let me just. I have the plate, stuff in my hand. Let me hand the thing off. I'll pack, and I'm out. Nope, you can't. Now his triple park. He
Yeah.
blocked the entire street. People are honking, beeping, and he said, "See what you did? See what I did? I still left a way for people to pass. This guy went ape shit and nuts and was like going. He was so hocked up, like he was just jumping out of his car, excited. He was running around. He just going to the front, going to the back. He was just doing too much. I was like, dude. I said, thank you for the ticket, sir.
This is clearly a dude that got picked on when he was in high school.
Yeah, he was a dweeb,
and he was now. This is his method of authority.
You can always tell by the shoes.
Really? By the person's shoes?
You could tell a sucker by his shoes. You could tell a guy that's a putz by his shoes. Man.
Okay. What kind of shoes did he have?
Fucked up. Like they were tilted. The rubber was the heel was.
So they were old.
They were old. They weren't like he just. I don't know. Maybe I'm making this up.
That was an interesting observation.
But when you look at a guy's shoes, man, it tells you a lot about how they move around.
That's what a lot of people say. People's shoes will dictate like what type of person that is.
Yeah. I mean, you got a nice clean pair of shoes on. You stand. That means you're standing firm. You kind of, you.
Maybe that's what it is. I mean, you see the slant, and so you see like somebody who's like shuffling
gimpy.
all the time.
Yeah,
and,
he's the guy looked gimpy. He just looked like he had a bum foot or whatever. Maybe one foot was higher than the other. The shoe was worn on one side and not the other. And I don't know why I even remember this, because I remember looking at this guy and I was like, you fucking I just wanted to be like, call him a putz. Like, I just wanted to really be like, yeah,
Billy Ray, what's going on? Yes,
putz.
it's a putz. It's a putz.
Billy Ray, my man Billy Ray,
It's
another guy under the weather, man. Got a brand new knee.
Oh, really?
Billy Ray got
a knee replacement?
Got a knee replacement.
All righty. We're getting to that age, man, where
one knee.
Where like shit just don't work anymore. You had issues with your shoulder? Is your shoulder better?
Much better.
Okay.
It still gives me some problems here and there, but a little looser.
Okay.
The hot and cold really works. So
okay.
We do hot, cold.
Nice.
Seemed to work out.
Nice.
But yeah, man, these guys, these enforcers, that's a shame to do to businesses that are trying to put things. You heard that guy. He was like, "I'm dying here. Like I'm trying to stay open. I'm trying to make this thing work. And here you are giving me a ticket."
Yeah. Yeah, it's a money grab.
It's a money grab.
It's a money grab, and when you listen to our Lord Cuomo, when you listen to the Lord when he speaks, finances, he always speaks as if, man, COVID jacked this place up financially, totally ignoring the fact that no, we were kind of fucked up before.
I think so. Yeah,
tremendously fucked. And what's probably going to happen is in like the next couple years, probably the state's going to file for bankruptcy.
That's going to be interesting.
Yeah. The state and probably the city. The five boroughs.
The five boroughs
will probably file for bankruptcy.
Yeah. I think we'll see it get worse before it gets better.
I think we're headed towards 1970s New York again.
Yeah, I
think that's the direction we're going to be in.
Well, if I could remember history well, didn't Koch was on the verge of filing for bankruptcy for New York? Like, Koch was like, how am I doing? Koch, they were like, not fucking good. Like,
I think Koch was, and that's when Gerald Ford was the president, and Gerald Ford denied it.
Really?
So yeah, there was something like that happened. Maybe that was the time that Koch was the mayor. But there was Reagan this.
Like that.
No, Ford denied. The city filed for bankruptcy.
Yeah.
And Ford denied it. Said it wasn't.
Hey,
it wasn't.
Can't do this.
We're not doing that.
Yeah.
And the headline of the papers were, Ford tells New York to fuck off.
Oh, great.
And so everybody's believing that Gerald Ford, the president of the United States at the time, told New York to go fuck themselves, which wasn't the case. He just denied the claim.
Well, it sounds kind of the same thing what Donald Trump said.
When he said what?
He said the same exact thing where he's saying, guys, you got to go figure this out. You're the state.
Yeah.
And everyone read the headline and said, Trump said, go fuck yourself.
Said, you're on your own. It's like, no.
But that's history repeating itself. I mean, if I'm correct, or if it sounds like it, like, hey, man, you guys got to figure this out. You don't get rewarded for being poorly managed. However, it seems to always work for the big companies.
Oh, yes.
I mean, you're a Fortune 500 company. You're a billion company. You know, Brooks Brothers, Lehman Weeks, all these big firms, and all of a sudden it's like, if we don't fix this, if we don't get 500 million,
Yeah.
we're gonna fuck this up.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, sure, let's
Yeah.
give these guys everything.
Well, we did it. We did it before in what,
I know.
08?
I did it
When
right. We did it in 08.
When
which
we
was
gave. It's funny because we handled that differently for
Goldman
different
Sachs.
people.
That's what I was thinking.
Goldman Sachs is one of them. But we gave all the Wall Street firms. We pretty much wrote them a check.
Yeah.
Gave them a check, and all the big banks, we gave them a check. But then we looked at a company like General Motors. Mm-hmm. We bailed out General Motors, but we told General Motors to pay them back. They had to change their corporate structure. They could not give out bonuses,
Right.
and it wasn't until a certain period of time in which they could go back to like rewarding their CEOs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we were strong armed, but we were strong armed with one company. Meanwhile, everybody else, pretty much just cashed their check, and they didn't do what they were supposed to do with it, which was they were supposed to loan the money out.
Right.
The idea of giving them all that money was to give people like you and me, make sure that we could get loans to buy homes,
Right.
to keep our businesses, keep small businesses going and stuff like that. But that never happened. They pocketed it.
They pocketed it and then took the money overseas, and then
took the money overseas.
Let's
bought their own stock back.
right.
Made the stock market look like, hey, things are getting better.
Boy, that stock market is such a fool's gold for America.
It can be.
It doesn't. I mean, it only represents a small percentage of people,
Right.
Which doesn't represent the world, like the country. It
Right.
doesn't have the country. I mean, when the president says it a lot, like hey, the stock market's up. And like everyone's doing well, and these are people just pencil pushers. Like,
They're not everybody.
Right.
That's not everybody.
And they're not even like, what about the things that make things work, right? The people who actually touch things and do things. So your essentials, we call them, the essential workers who have now been rebranded now, right? Like everybody wants to be in this protected class of essential.
It must be called essential.
Yeah, like a bus driver and everything. They are essential, but like no one can be more essential than someone else. I mean, at some point, someone has
Right.
a job that, especially if you provide a service or product to something and it serves a greater good.
Right.
It serves the people.
Right.
A grocery store.
And why does somebody else get to determine what is essential?
That's what I mean. Like that. Once that label came out, again, we have this huge. How do you call it? We have this huge thing to want to label things. Like we want to make sure it's properly labeled.
Yeah.
So that we can say, oh, you're one of those.
Right.
Okay, then
Right.
you get the red carpet ABC 1, 2, 3 treatment.
Like why would I don't know, and I'm grateful because, and I'm sure you are too. You partake of the libation. Here and there. Yeah. So, I'm glad that liquor stores remained open.
Yeah.
But let's be real. Is it really necessary to have liquor stores open?
Is it necessary to drink my own urine?
Yeah.
But I like the taste. Dodger wrench. from the great.
Wow,
words
you
of
just jumped right in there.
What's his name? The great Satchel.
Coach, how are you? What's good?
Hey, Coach Joe. Congratulations on Jen's first communion. Her gift is sitting in the lobby upstairs.
So okay.
That was the balloon.
I think that's what I tripped over when I came in.
Indeed. Yeah, but that's weird. I mean, having those labels always seem to put people in a different category or box.
Yeah, and we end up fighting each other.
Right.
We end up. Well, they deemed I'm essential.
Right.
So I found out yesterday that there are contracts as old as 9-10 years old from the state and the city that they are not going to honor.
As in labor contracts? Like,
Yes. Oh, labor contract of work that was done, but they've never been paid, and so now they're claiming, the state and the city, of course, are claiming that, hey, it's a hard time, so. We know we've owed you this money forever, but now you're not getting.
Take it off your balance sheet.
Yeah,
take it off.
We're not getting paid this money.
Oh, this is.
And
Trump
I think
move.
this was a what was it? Somebody from a sanitation thing. Somebody did subcontracted work for the Department of Sanitation or something like that, or whatever. And what if all these, like, what if sanitation, fire department,
Yep.
police department,
private.
all of these things. What if they all decided they ain't gonna work no more?
Yeah, this is
And
true.
they just say, you know what? Fuck this.
Yeah, not worth it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that wouldn't be bad if people stepped up and did what they were supposed to do, right? So,
What does that mean?
So years ago when they built Rochdale Village,
Okay.
right? It was a total cooperative village, and the plan was to make this a state of the art community that had its own facilities, that had its own shopping center, mall.
Right.
Everything was included.
Right.
Hospital, mail, post office. If you go into Rochdale Village now, it has everything a town
Yeah.
would need.
It's
A
like
village.
like Stuyvesant Town.
It's not, I've never
Yeah.
been. I've never been.
But it's the same idea. It's the same thing.
Yeah. So this was Rochdale's whole, and they have their own. By the way, their own power plant.
Yes.
They have their own power plant. You know what was there before Rochdale Village? Little history lesson.
No. Was it a public park?
It was Jamaica Raceway. It was a.
Oh,
it
that's
was a
right.
racetrack.
That's right. It was a racetrack. Yes.
It was a racetrack, which
Yes.
Long Island Railroad Locust Manor station, which was right across the street from it,
Yes.
was the way to get to Jamaica Raceway. You know, it's hypes
I
of
know we're getting
feedback.
all of
I know. It's just a lot
man.
of hum.
Hey, great spot to say, hey, if you head over to anchor.fm/2bros/support for as little as 99 cents a month, you can help us. Maybe we need to get us a new board, man. Y'all need to help us out. Come on.
Yes.
Come on with it. Back to the show.
Back to the show. Just 99 cents a month. So Jamaica Raceway was there, but Rochdale Village was originally supposed to be the self-contained,
Right.
had its own police department,
Yes.
had its own everything. It was supposed to be its own
Place.
And somehow, I don't know, maybe some people said, well, we should, like everyone starts it that way, and then eventually some bean counter goes, hey, we could save if we outsource this.
Yes.
Hey, we could save some money if we, you know what, let the garbage guys from here do it, and the little underhand table
Yeah.
went.
Yeah. Pass some envelopes.
Pass an envelope, and then all of a sudden you get compromise. There's
Yes.
some infiltration and compromise.
Yes.
But if you stay contained and keep it that way, Valley Stream does the same thing with the incorporated village. They tried to make it like, oh, well, we're separate. That's why you pay a separate tax.
Right.
But where's the benefit?
Are you incorporated village in
No, I'm
Valley
not.
Stream?
I'm
Okay.
not. I'm on the south side. So
Okay. On the north side, it's incorporated.
north side
village.
is incorporated.
Okay.
Well, the village is the village
village is
because
the
it's on
village.
both. It
Right.
fits on north and south. But it's a special tax. So you pay 3 taxes. You pay property, you pay school, and you pay incorporated tax.
Incorporated tax, right.
So your taxes are like, 18,000, almost 20 grand
Right.
a year. Whereas on this side, it's only 11. you know.
Okay. All right.
So it's almost double.
Almost double.
Yeah. So, but I say this to say is that if the people upheld their end of the bargain and committed
Committed
you
to it.
use the word tacitly
Tacitly
agreed to this some sort of you leaving?
Yes.
Okay.
Safe back,
Drive
love.
safe. All right. Text.
Not
Yep.
while driving.
No, that's right. Yeah, as long as the people agree to this and have the understand and I think one thing that gets lost in this, and maybe this was the tale in Rochdale, is that it doesn't get retrained. Like you don't reteach people how to be a part of this community thing.
That's a good question. Yeah,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
a
Like-
good statement. Yeah. Yeah.
Just like the Constitution and all the other things, like if we don't have the systems that reteach it and keep perpetuating it, I get there's this, we don't want to learn we don't want to keep old history and
Right.
they're all lies and all this other stuff. But you still have to teach a decorum, a
Right.
civilization has
Right.
to be retaught.
Right. There has
That's
to,
the word I was looking for.
there has to be a baseline
Yeah.
to which this is how we're going to do business.
But this is
And we have to be willing to say that, okay, if we this is there has to be a line you can't cross.
right. This is the sub level
Yes.
of civilization.
Yes.
This is the bare minimum, and we could all coexist.
Hey, wifey.
Hi.
Hey.
Yeah, but that would be
She took an extra nap.
Ooh, extra nap.
She took an extra nap after she woke up.
Nice. Double nap.
Double nap.
Ooh.
But no, you're right. You're right. We have to once we get to a point where we say, okay, wait a minute, we're starting to hit on these fundamental things that we need to have so that this thing works well.
Yeah.
Then you're right. It needs to be retaught. It needs to be retrained, and
I
We
just
don't do
somehow
that.
think we lost it. I think we just lost that. We kept creating new rules. We made so many adjustments that the original Constitution doesn't even matter anymore. Like people are just like, okay, it matters to me when I want it to matter.
There is a book that I read called Enlightenment Now. It's by Steven Pinker. And he made one of the most profound statements in that book that, like, it stays with me. And he says, as things progress, you can tell the level of progression you have by the footsteps it erases on its way to that progression. Like, you forget where you came from to be at this point where things are relatively good for everybody else. Yes, not everybody is doing as good as everybody.
Right.
But if you want to compare where we are now to, let's say, 100 years ago, things are much better. We forget that it took a lot of shit to get to that point.
Yeah.
And we think that, well, it's, we're measuring it on what we see ahead in the future. We don't look back and say,
or
wow, that was
measuring
jacked
it
up.
on someone else's merit.
Yes.
Because we use that analogy in basketball a lot when we work out with kids and stuff, and back when we used to be able to teach and coach and be together. But we always would tell the parents, what are you doing with him at home?
Yeah.
What's your assignment? Are you teaching him to take out the garbage and
Yeah.
work out and do a workout when he does it? And are you getting him, because you're looking at another kid who may have a physical gift that can and just gets it. He just got it. You don't teach him much. He doesn't retain much of it, but he's just got the motor skills.
He can do it.
But you may not be that fortunate, so you have to step your game up a little bit and get yourself.
You have to work a little bit harder.
You got to work a little bit harder. But being of sound mind and home, but you have double parents. If you're fortunate enough to have both parents, you have to teach the kid homework. You have to do the homework with them. You can't just put your kid in the state and say, "Well, he didn't come out right." Like it's not a fucking microwave. And it's your fault.
And it's your fault. Somebody else's. Yeah, that's one thing we do.
We do that.
We pass the buck. Say, that should be right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I sent him to school.
Right.
Yeah, but he didn't go. He left your house with the intention of going to school, but he never got and he didn't obtain anything.
Yeah.
He didn't retain or obtain. He didn't get anything out of it.
We want to subcontract a lot of that stuff out.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like that's
Can't
horrible.
subcontract it out, and you can't subcontract it out without saying, okay. I mean, you make a great point when you talk about schooling, because I've always felt that, regardless of what you do with schooling, it's really, like, it's not that school's job to teach my kid. Right. That school is helping me and teach them.
Correct.
And so it's going to take care of certain things, but if I see some cracks in there, it's kind of like my job to fill in those cracks.
You're lucky you got 6 hours for free. I mean, I won't say for free. I mean, you pay for it, whether it's you pay or someone else pays, or tuition based, if it's private school or whatever.
Right.
But if in a free education world, public school, which we've grown up on most of our life, they never said we got him from here. Like, give him to us, and he's going to come out a civil engineer.
Yeah.
A public school, you come out to be what? A public worker. A servant of the public. There's nothing. They didn't lie. I don't think they lied. I don't think they cheated us by saying, well,
I don't think they promised us anything either.
that's what I mean. I mean, that old notion, I can remember when there was a time when it was one teacher, and it was rumored, or Miss Johnson or one of them that we grew up with, said, you guys can fuck around all you want, I'm still getting paid.
Wow.
Now, that stuck with me for years, and I'm not 100% sure which teacher said it. Okay. But I remember hearing that in the, back when they used to have the teacher's lounge, remember a teacher's lounge? Where they could smoke. They would go in and smoke cigarettes. Yeah. Fucking, what's his name said? Eat block of cheese and...
Eat a block of cheese.
and smoke cigarettes. And it was horrible. Like, Miss Johnson had that cigarette breath with the...
She smelled like cigarettes.
She smelled like cigarettes and had
overly
makeup.
And her fingers, if you notice, her fingers had this, like discoloration, between... These something you notice. You notice what... She would put her hand up. She's like, why are those two fingers a different color?
But I can remember seeing an ashtray on the teacher's desk with lipstick buds on it.
Yeah,
When the class wasn't there, they smoked. Yeah. When they graded papers, they could smoke. I can't imagine this anymore. I can't.
Well, that would never fly now. That would
No, I'm
you'd get
just
arrested.
saying. That's what I'm saying. Is that would be damn near criminal. Look
Mm-hmm.
at all those kids who grew up like that. You get secondhand smoke. It was in the room. It was there. It's not. You know.
There's worse shit than secondhand smoke.
Well, the buildings were made of asbestos. So.
There's
my
worse stuff.
my.
There's worse stuff.
Weird stuff going on. So, the World Series is going on.
Yes.
Who's in front? Tampa?
Well, the series is tied now at 2-2.
Tied. Okay.
The game last night. If you get a chance to put a clip in when you do this on YouTube, just put a clip in of the last play. If you just Google, if you just go on YouTube, last play of game 4 of the World Series. It was a tremendously, a bunch of freaky things happened.
I heard errors.
On
I saw
this one
errors
play. There were 2 errors.
Okay. Yeah.
And there's just a bunch of freaky stuff happened that
Really?
if they happen like once in a series, you say that turns the tide. These are 2 big errors that happened on one play in the final play of which ended up being the final play of the game.
And it decided the game.
It decided the game.
Okay.
So Tampa Bay's now they're even at 2-2. It's gonna be fun. If you like baseball, this is gonna be exciting.
Good. And it seems like it seems like it's the COVID thing has kind of tampered down. It's like it's limited to these 2 teams only. So I guess they're kind of controlled. Are they playing in one place?
They're playing it. Yeah, they've done a bubble for the playoffs. They did a bubble.
Okay.
So they had 4 sites to which all the playoffs took place.
Okay.
And now, so this is in Arlington, Texas, is where the World Series is being played. And they I think they let fans in.
Really?
In this one,
Seems
I think
like
they had
can learn a lot from sports. I mean,
they had like
sports is kind of getting it right.
They kind of like said, hey, let's put our foot on the gas here a little bit. And let's see what happens, and we'll deal with what we can deal with. And let's not we gotta stop being scared. We gotta stop like the word at some point. You getting COVID doesn't mean you're gonna die.
Yeah. Yeah, this is true. I mean,
at some point, if you found out you had COVID tomorrow, that doesn't mean we're all going to come here because, we got to say goodbye to Chad because he just found out. No, it means you're going to be sick.
Yeah.
If you do get sick, you're going to be out of commission for a few days.
Yeah.
You're going to do what you need to do to protect yourself and your family. And then we'll see you in about a week or so. And then we'll go back to it.
That's been it. I mean, it's sad for those that are not that way, and those people will disagree that haven't had that same experience.
Yes.
And that's where we get so caught up with this. Don't take this shit lightly, man.
Yes.
But those people, I think all of us will now have a reveal, right? We've revealed like, hey, I got to get my shit together. I can't take outside. I can't go outside. If I'm that fucked up, there's something wrong with me.
Yes.
There's something wrong with me. I have to fix this.
Yes.
Whether I got to get out and
individual responsibility.
Do my chest exercises, get my breathing down.
Individual responsibility.
Eating.
I think the one thing that bothers me about this whole you don't hear this narrative about being healthier.
No.
You don't hear anything about so what should like if you're doing a double cheeseburger for lunch and dinner, is that a healthy thing?
Right.
Is this what's a healthy diet? What's healthy nutrition? What's how does exercise play into it? Are there vitamins you really should be taking? How healthy can you become after this? One thing we found out is the importance of, and I hope you're doing it, is taking D3, vitamin D.
Yeah.
And how now that we've put ourselves in a situation where people are going to be staying inside a lot, if you don't get enough vitamin D3, that is detriment. That is vastly detrimental.
You go fucking. You lose your memory. You lose everything.
Yes.
That omega 3s, D3s, even Bs.
B12.
There's a couple of damn vitamins that are not
B12.
That are some. I think it's a good point you brought that up, and I posted again. We're talking LinkedIn again. Because it's all through the industry and hospitality. And I posted I think it was Danny Meyer, somebody from Union Square Cafe, posted, seven new cocktails to add to your menu for a COVID environment that have high antioxidants and stuff. Because he's trying to flip the narrative, saying, hey, we should be more careful about this. And everyone said, "Oh, look at you trying to seize the opportunity." He's like, "Yeah, but I sell drinks. I'm a restaurateur.
Yes.
So why not sell you healthy drinks?
If I can do
Duh.
something to increase it a
Right.
little bit, then yeah, why not?
Yeah. So but I thought that's important, and I don't. I think what you're saying is I don't see it. I don't see it
No, we're not.
anywhere. I don't see anywhere saying
Because there's a lot of shit you can do for yourself that'll make you healthier. You don't need, you don't need somebody to tell you, or you don't need to take a drug, or you don't need to to get a diagnosis to
Yeah.
say, hey, you know what? If you take a fucking walk around the park,
Yeah.
it's good for you.
Yeah,
Hey, if
well-
you drink some water instead of soda, that's good for you. Hey,
Yeah.
doing some exercise. You've hit the bike. You can tell me. I mean, you hit the bike 3-4 times a week now.
Oh, it's
10
amazing.
10 miles at a pop sometimes.
Easy.
You feel better.
Yeah.
You feel better. Have you been sleeping better?
Yeah.
You're sleeping better.
I can control I'm at a point now where I can control
Right.
my sleep.
And
you
the
know?
only major change you've had is that you've, like, 3-4 times a week, you're going to get on that bike and you're going to hit it for 10-12 miles, and you're going to go and you're going to break out in your sweat. You're going to put it on your Instagram, but that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. And
Easy.
that's going to
Painless.
vastly change things for
Painless.
you.
Painless. Well, that's 100% right. And there's anybody that's been out on a fitness kick. I've seen it grassroots more than I've seen it on public TV.
Public,
I
yeah,
guess.
yeah.
But I guess we don't really watch it like that anymore, right? Like, is no one
That's
really
true.
tuned into public TV? I mean,
That's
maybe
true.
there are healthy commercials. We're just not watching it. We just may not.
Yeah, and these news channels are not doing anything too.
No.
Like when is the I've yet to see, and once again we don't watch it all the time. So
Yeah.
When has the nutrition expert been on?
Yeah.
And says, hey, you know what, you need to make sure that you properly hydrated. Hey, you need to make sure that you get your share of lean protein and veggies.
Yeah.
And
Well, so oddly enough, when you say that, it goes to the special, like Dr. Phil, Oz, and those guys,
Oh.
and they become the voice of this.
Oh.
And Dr. Oz, and now mind you, I look. There's no take on Dr. Oz. I actually like his show. I really like his show. I like the way he packages it. But if you look at Dr. Oz from when he first started to now, he don't look like the fucking healthiest candidate either. He looks like he's fucking could use a night's sleep. He's looking a little plasticky himself.
a little plasticky.
Yeah, a little plastic man himself. I'm not taking away that he's the guy,
Right.
the official guy, or
Right.
whatever he says and does, and anytime you see,
Doctor in somebody's first name.
yeah.
Like a question mark should probably.
Well, the
come
one
after
thing
it.
I will give him credit for, I'll give him credit for a lot, but one of the things that I like that he says, never buy a product because you saw my name next to it. 'Cause
Yes.
I don't endorse anything.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that to me was something great because anytime I see it, go,
Yeah.
that's not real.
He got in trouble for that a few years ago because he actually
Endorse something.
endorsed the product, and it turned out that product was BS.
Right.
And so he had to backtrack himself
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
But
no, you're right.
But kudos to a guy like that can separate himself from the money grab. Like he could,
Yeah.
I could make so much money if I sold vitamins and
Yeah.
all these other things, which he probably could. He could sell a fortune because people would just buy it because of his notoriety. But yeah, I just think the guys like him and isn't like Dr. Phil like a fuck up? Like isn't he? Like
I mean, you can criticize him for a lot. He
honestly, give us grief.
he's on like I guess when you take like the worst case scenario, like you get the crackhead that doesn't understand why you can't have his kids.
Right.
Did you see who was that child that child
the baby?
actor?
Oh,
That child actor that used to be on Nickelodeon. I forget his name.
getting more than normal.
It is getting more normal. Will Two Bros podcast be able to continue?
The thing is, it doesn't show up when we play it back.
No, it doesn't. Just hear it.
We just hear it and it just annoys
Maybe
us.
just
So
a little static.
we just have to.
I forget his name. He was on That's So Raven. He used to be on that show and whatnot. And like about a year ago, he did an interview with Dr. Phil, and he was clearly freaking coming down off of something.
Really?
Couldn't name his kids and
Wasn't the Joel Osment? Wasn't him?
Joel Osment. No,
Wasn't him the
No.
I See Dead People kid?
no,
No.
no. This is this black guy. I forget his name. I'm gonna remember it as soon as I. I'm gonna remember it as
Okay.
soon as I.
Oh, Orlando something. Little chunky, little
Yes, yes.
yes. Orlando something.
Yeah,
That's his
and
name.
they had a clip of him like getting the shit kicked out of him because
Yes.
he wouldn't leave his club or
Yes.
whatever, and stuff like that.
Orlando is his name. I'm almost positive it's Orlando something.
Yeah, and the dude was like, he was talking incoherent, and he would say like one thing, say I got 3 kids, and then like 5 minutes later, say, yeah, my 4 kids is just, but one don't count because it's in the womb, and you know, saying some dumb shit like that.
But what's the moral? What happened? What,
Well, I'm just saying that he takes like you see him in those high profile things, like you
yeah.
don't see him on the everyday person struggling with their everyday
I get it, yeah.
things, and so every time you see him, it's you know the stakes are a little bit higher, the scenario is a little
high
bit more
fructose
dramatic.
corn syrup.
Yes,
super high volume
Super
targets.
high.
Where I mean, there was one with the girl that was the wrong age, and she was like stalking her parents. Like they would wake up and she'd be standing over.
Oh
with a
yeah,
knife.
yeah. And they thought she was a baby, but she's like 22 or some shit like that. There's been a few of those like that. When you get these fucking Russians, man, they creep in and
Oh
they
boy,
just,
this story
fuck
was
are
so
they-
scary. I mean, it was like, huh? And you didn't know, and then they like left her with like $100 in an apartment.
yeah, in a house. It just
Like you're on your own, Betsy.
Right, and
You're an adult.
and everybody's like, wait a minute,
What?
you left this 9-year-old?
Right.
So no, she's 30.
But it is true that if you went through the papers to adopt and you went through the system, you can't just. I don't think you get the right to just. Oh, we don't want this anymore. You can't take it back. It's not it's not
Yeah.
a refund policy
Yeah.
on adopting a Russian child.
Who was that comedian that said if he adopts, he's gonna adopt a kid that's like 6 months from their 18th birthday? Just adopt them, and if it doesn't work, I say, hey, you know, you're on your own now,
Yeah.
so
Sorry, this didn't work out, and
you can leave. You're an
good,
adult.
right? You
Technically,
good.
you're an adult,
Yep.
so you can leave. We're gonna change all the locks on all this shit, so don't, you know.
don't bother coming back in no more.
No.
Have you seen our friend Mr. David Letterman and his new series?
You mentioned that last week. I haven't seen the series, but yes, he has one.
Yeah.
He's all like, he looks like caveman Dave, and
Yeah,
he had, and apparently he made Kim Kardashian cry or something. Shit like that.
Yeah. Well, he's they call it a deeper dive. You know, it's
Okay.
like a deeper dive to David Letterman's. His honored guest. He had Dave Chappelle on.
Mm-hmm.
He had Robert Downey Jr., Kim K, and
Mm-hmm.
boy, this thing is getting like they're coming for us, huh?
Yeah, I know they are coming for it.
No. Yeah. So last night we went to shout out Celeste and June, my cousin June. His wife had her 40th birthday party.
Happy birthday.
Kind of like the first real event I've been to in the COVID.
Yeah?
Yeah, like a real event that was, okay, we can have it, but you can minimum of 20
Okay.
people, 25.
Okay.
I think the place had a max.
Like an outside event.
It was inside. It was.
No,
it
I mean,
was-
but like at a different spot, like wasn't at somebody's house or
Correct.
So, okay.
Correct. It was not a personal guy. And I don't know how legitimate we were, like in compliance, because again, these inspectors don't give us the clues to do it right way. They want to just tell you it's wrong,
Yeah, waiting to ticket you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we had a good time. It was a nice event. I think people were just more excited to be out and about and
Yeah.
having a good time and like, whoa, this is like okay.
It's nice.
Yeah, but then you got the mask thing and it's like, "Trevor, what's up, man? How you been? How you
Who?
wearing a mask?
Who
know
are
what I'm
you?
saying? Yeah, like what? Like, it's me. Oh, why did you fucking say that? Chatty. Okay, what's up, man? How's it going? Let's tell the story all over again. And then, of course, when you see people you don't know, it's like, okay, you know what? Let me stop fucking around. Let me put my mask on and just make sure, you know. And then everybody kind of eases into it. You've been in the same room for the same time. It's now or never, I don't know. It's just weird. It's just, like, I don't think anyone knows the right or wrong way to do it. They're just trying and in hopes, like, you're, like,
Trying to be,
respectful.
Right.
Obviously, you don't want to. But then you got to look at the person. They came out, so they believe the same thing.
They should,
They-
you would think that,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Like
Well,
talking to me with your mask on. Yeah.
I hope you had a good time.
I did. I had a good time. I refrained from indulging in too much alcohol.
Okay, too much alcohol?
Yeah, usually I'm like, I go out and I'm like, I'm having a good time, and it's, how did I get home? But it's a little further out. I was out in Lindenhurst.
Okay.
So I was like, nope, you know what? Not fucking around with these guys here. I'll have one or two. I think I had 2 drinks. I had 2 drinks, 2 drink minimum, and I was good for the rest of the night. trying to stay focused.
So, yeah, sometimes we forget that you don't really need to get lit to enjoy yourself. You
Yeah.
can enjoy yourself without overindulging in alcohol. You can have a good time.
Yeah, I don't like to be outside, like somewhere else, foreign. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm at one of my friends' house or whatever, where I know I can crash if
Mm-hmm.
I'm that bad. You know, be like, yo, you know what? Let me sleep on the couch. You know, or chill. Somebody take me home.
Right,
I'll come
right.
get my car tomorrow, or
Right.
whatever it is. But when I'm out like that far away, 40 miles, Suffolk County, whatever it is, different. Nah, I ain't playing around with you guys here. Nope, not worth it. Not worth it for them and the people that I'm with.
No.
It's not worth it.
No. Wifey go too?
Yeah, all of us went. It was a family affair. It was.
It's a family affair.
Yeah, it's all of us went.
Family affair. Man, never mind.
Yeah, how about
I'm not
that?
gonna do it anymore. Sorry.
How about that?
Sorry.
Yeah, but other than that, man, the David Letterman, I watched one of them. I watched the one with Dave Chappelle, which was pretty cool. Mm-hmm. And it looks like it's fun. It looks like it's fun. It looks like he's in a good space. Dave Letterman. Yeah.
Well, why would he not be in a good
I
space?
know. I'm just saying this, but the crazy thing is when you watch it, he's almost like a 90-year-old baby. Like he's like you know how this works, Dave.
Yes.
Like you're asking questions. So what did it feel like? Like people like felt like a fucking interview. Like he has this way of reintroducing.
The same stuff?
Yes.
Yeah.
Stuff that I've seen him do before.
It's kind of weird when those guys do it. He has that show, and Conan O'Brien, I think, has like a podcast now where he's pretty much interviewing famous people. And so it's
Right.
like, well, this is kind of the same stuff
Right.
that you're doing,
Right.
and I mean, I understand you got cachet, your name means something, and so you're going to be able to get, big name people together and whatnot. And
Well, I think it's the industry reacting to this world, right?
yes.
I think it's
Yes.
seeing that this is the kind of way people want to communicate, and they're trying to do it. They're trying to.
In a long form fashion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
you're right.
let's put a Netflix like having David Letterman could have his own podcast anytime he wanted to. Right?
Yes.
So Netflix says, here, we'll give you 40-50 million and we'll get you whatever you need. Get these
Right.
guys up here.
Right.
And let's make it legitimate. Let's
Yeah.
make people watch it and say, oh, did you
I
see
always wondered, why does it take that though? Like why?
the streets?
Well, why does it take? I mean, I'm thinking since this is on Netflix, he got a nice check from Netflix and
Yeah.
whatnot. But I mean, Dave Letterman doesn't need money.
No.
He doesn't need another check. I mean, listen, more checks are always better than less checks. So
Of course.
absolutely.
So do you think someone approached him or he had the idea?
Well, I just don't know. Like why did you need a Netflix to do this?
Right.
Like if you saw a YouTube channel with David Letterman interviewing people, you'd probably watch.
Yeah.
And so I always wonder, like with the big name people doing that, why do you need like it's
Why
almost
go pro establishment?
it's almost like just like a notch below what you've left.
Yeah.
You left the network.
Yeah.
Okay, well Netflix is kind of I don't know how to do business.
Right.
But it's about as close to being network as
It's
it
a new
can.
network,
I
yeah.
mean, maybe they leave you alone. I know people who've done Netflix specials and they've said, they kind of like leave you alone and
well,
do
that's
your
good.
own thing. So maybe that's it, or maybe it's like you can do it from anywhere. You don't have to do it in a studio.
True.
You can do it anywhere you want, and they'll help you like edit and stuff like that.
Well,
with
shit,
equipment.
after all the money they give you, you can buy your own fucking studio and then you just do your own shit.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, if David Letterman can't, like, if we can do this here,
Right.
in your basement,
Right.
and then put it up on a YouTube channel,
Right.
right? You mean to
Why-
tell me that David Letterman can't do that? Not come out of pocket much for anything.
No, I'm
And
sure.
then the simple fact that that's his name,
Yeah.
he's gonna get 1 million clicks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think to get the guest though, I think you need more than that.
You need protection. You need
and you need security. You need
some security.
You need you need
some
kind of-
signatures.
and you need some
Protection.
Some neutral whereabouts. Like can't be at his house.
Okay,
Find
alright.
a bunch of people over your house. Next thing you know, someone, hey, my Rolex is missing.
Yeah, but that's David Letterman's house. So if it's like, if I got to worry about my wallet at David Letterman's
I'm
house,
saying. I'm just saying. I mean, there's a lot of funky things. Like there's people that want to come on the show, and I'm like, okay, great. They're not coming to my house.
Right. You've said that.
That we're
before,
gonna
yes.
do it somewhere else. We're gonna do a remote session with them. I mean, hey, nothing. I got nothing to hide here,
Yeah.
but this is home.
I don't want right.
And so I don't
And
need
for
to
so many people. I'm gonna have to come down here.
Right, I'm not gonna do that to
Right.
my family. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And inconvenience my family for people that may have other requirements, or maybe they want to bring 2 other guys to keep. Where do they sit?
Well, this is my ride, so I.
Right, you sit in the car. You fuck. Sit in the car, man.
Oh.
But yeah, man. So okay, the World Series. So Dodgers, and they play again tonight.
They're gonna
Do
play
they
again
every
tonight.
night. Did they?
They've no, they 2-3-2.
Oh, 2.
They're doing 2, a day off, 3, and then so this is the 3rd game in the second part.
Uh-huh.
This is the 5th game.
Fifth
Fifth game's gonna be
Okay,
tonight.
game 5. Okay.
Monday will be a day off, and then they'll finish it up Tuesday, Wednesday.
So Tuesday we'll have a champion.
Tuesday we'll have a champion.
Tuesday
No.
we'll-
Wednesday we'll have a champion. If it goes
Wednesday
to
we'll
game
have a
7.
champion.
Wednesday will be game 7.
Okay.
Game 7. 2 best words in professional sports. Game 7.
Yeah. Why is that? Lucky number 7. I mean,
It's
game
just
7.
it's
where it come-
like it's like this is it.
Yeah.
Like this is it. Whoever
Deciding
you
factor.
are, this is it. So if you're the GOAT, then we need to see the GOAT in game 7. Some dudes just like don't perform well in
Yeah.
game 7s. That's why Mr. Harden's home. That's why Mr.
Westbrook.
Mr. Westbrook. Sometimes, you get to that point and you have to be something. And some dudes
You gotta be
crack that.
Superman. You gotta be Superman. You gotta be a little extra.
Yes.
You gotta be a little extra bold
Extra.
sauce.
No
You gotta be
excuses.
able to pull some things out of your bag that you didn't show the old year.
Yeah.
And you have to be on the court.
Yeah.
You can't do it from the injured sidelines.
Gotta
or
be
you,
there.
You gotta be there. You gotta be in it to win.
Got to be there. And if you're going to be there, you can't like turn back and say, "Well, I was injured and stuff like that." You can't. That's always a catch-22 when you do that. It's always we were tired. And, well,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I hate
Everybody else was.
Right. It was the other team was there.
Yeah.
Like, what?
They played too. Same
Yeah.
court. They played the same amount of time. They didn't play like 15. You didn't play 15 minutes extra, and then the
Right.
other team showed up.
You know what? And something to that effect bothers me all the time when I hear it. And it used to happen when we played sports with AAU and stuff like that, when they would complain about the referees, right? And anytime the referee had bad calls or whatever
Right.
else, I get it. It happens.
Yes.
But when you win, you don't go, "Hey, this guy made terrible calls.
Yeah,
we
need
shouldn't
to-
have won this fucking
We shouldn't
game."
have won.
I never heard that before. Never heard that before. We really shouldn't have won this game.
Hey, how'd you pull that one out? Well, the ref made some shitty calls for their side and just
And we won.
benefited us.
By
And that's
default.
the reason why.
Who says that? Who would have the balls to say that? I mean, so it never reciprocates.
Right, it
in
never
that.
goes both
Never
ways.
goes both ways. I mean,
Right,
you want the
right,
ref to
right.
call it both ways.
Right.
And unless we used to travel and this is your in-house ref. He's on your side. He wants to give you the calls and it's what you always say. Some common sense and nice things and general courtesies go a long way.
Uh-huh.
When you show the ref you're playing the right way.
Yeah.
When you show him that you have your kids under control,
Yes.
that they're not just gonna blurt out stuff and
Yes.
have attitudes and have all this challenge all the calls. That's when you get the calls.
That's when you get that borderline
That's
call.
when you
yes.
get that borderline call because you've shown respect,
Right.
and you've shown character and
Yes.
demeanor and all the things that come with sportsmanship.
Yes.
And somehow people just think, you with the other team,
Yes. And he's gonna choose everything
right?
for you.
Because they're gonna give you more games
Yeah.
if you make them win.
Yeah.
Like really?
Yeah, I always that analogy always comes up to work too. To work. Like if a dude like shows up early to to do something, at the end of the day say, "Hey, look, I came in like 45 minutes early. I'm going to bounce out a little bit late." It's never the other way around.
Right.
It's never, "Hey, I showed up a half hour later, so I'm going to be on the clock for another
Right.
30 minutes at the end of the day."
I've done that though. I will say
Have you?
I've done it, and it scored me a hell of a lot of points because then I could do it anytime I wanted to because I knew I would be there. Like I would stay especially when the other like if my boss lives somewhere else and
Right.
he's like, "Oh, I gotta leave. I'm headed out. You okay? You good? You good? Yeah, I'm fine. I'm good. You know what? I gotta catch up on some stuff here."
Yeah.
Then the next day, someone validates for you. It's like, "Yeah, I saw Oren here till like 7 last
Yeah.
night. What do you guys? You got something crazy going on?" And he's like, "Oh no, he's just great. He puts the work in." I never had to do it again.
Never had to do it again.
Never had to do it again.
Never had to do it again. And then when you got to bounce,
It's no problem.
No problem. Hey,
No
I gotta
problem.
leave after I take this morning piss.
That's right.
So
I'm gonna have a few drinks at the bar,
That's right.
and then I'm
and
gonna
then
go.
I may come back.
Right.
More than likely, and may come back means I'm not coming back.
Means I'm not coming back.
But that means if something's on fire, okay, I guess I'm here.
Yeah.
So I'll fix it.
Boy, I miss those days at Blackguard's pub. I don't know how any work got done. I mean, that was like my office. It was like I was upstairs. It was upstairs from my office. And when the girls started coming down to get things signed, that was when it was a problem. I was like, oh, this is a bad
You started coming in the Blackguards.
Yeah, they came in the Blackguards. Oh, can you sign this before
Move
you leave?
move your wings and
Yeah, I'm like, hey, do not disturb sign here. What the fuck you coming to my office?
That's right. The bar has a do not disturb
I was
sign
like,
on
dude,
it.
it's free Wi-Fi. They never kick you out, and the
Yeah.
bartender loves the company.
Yeah.
And he keeps pouring you drinks, and somehow it just goes away. I don't. It just goes away.
That bartender that like will always like pour you a drink.
Oh, it's phenomenal.
It feels good. I mean, you got to be careful
Yeah,
because, but it's just a good feeling.
it is a good.
That there's
thing.
not even a question that's going to be asked. Oh, you need some of that. Here you
Yeah,
go.
I know.
And
what
you
like.
feel better. Say,
It did get campy. I mean, we got a click. Like it got that click
yes.
got there. It was the same guys, and it was when we started texting each other. Like, hey, you guys going down today? What time you guys coming? I was like, all right, this is too much
we get a little out of hand.
because it
It's a
was
club.
cool. Yeah, now it's a real thing. And the one guy who chimes in is the worst guy. That I don't know how this even thing started. He started like a group text with everybody in it. This guy Doyle.
I hate group texts.
I fucking hate him. I hate him. I just don't respond to him. I just that response of who's this?
Yeah, that kind of like opens up a bunch of shit.
Yeah, like you could see it's a group text. I mean, I guess that's maybe a knee jerk. Maybe you just responded so quick and
Yeah.
just knee jerk response
Well, you normally get like a handful of people who like you don't know, so you see a bunch of numbers.
that you don't know.
Right.
So why respond? I mean, why even? You're just that curious? Like, ooh, why don't you?
This is interesting.
Right.
And they're mentioning blackguards. I know blackguards.
Oh man! But then they got a couple guys got into a fight. That's when we knew we were tired of each other.
Started fighting each other.
Yeah,
Like
we
New
started-
Edition.
What?
I don't know.
Like a New Edition. Did that happen? I didn't see
I
the
don't know.
story.
I don't know.
I didn't watch the New Edition story. But yeah, it was just like, okay, we're done here. This is it can't go any further here because this guy and this guy don't like each other. Now he won't come. And the guy when he left the bar after he beat him up, he said, "Okay, you got it. Blaggers is all yours. Like you're the man here.
That's what the fight was for?
And the guy was like, "No, you put your hands in my face because he did you don't mean it," and he slapped him like,
Oh, yes, that's a fight.
yeah,
That's
he was like, "You fucking touched me,"
Yeah.
and just pounded the guy out, and he was like, "Stop hitting me." I was like, "Well, use your hands to stop it.
right. The hand you used to start this shit.
Stop
You
hitting
still-
me." He said, "Stop." And it was on my birthday too. I felt bad
Oh, man.
because the shots were for my birthday, and we were
Happy
all.
birthday, Chad. Did you get another drink? Did you get...
I stayed. Oh,
You stayed?
I stayed
After the
after this
fight?
melee broke out, and I told that story all day. It was like, oh.
Ooh. Guess
Hey,
what
it
happened
just-
here? That's funny because it was probably a fight, and what probably happened was when the shit got settled, you came back to your spot, and there was probably a drink sitting there waiting for
Mark
you.
had a drink.
There
for
you
us,
go.
Round up, we call them monominas.
Why
Phenomena.
fuck up your day?
Phenomena.
Why fuck up your day because this dude don't know how to keep his hands to himself?
Damn, it was just so crazy, and it just turned it. And that guy went off to go on the wagon hard. Like he got sick. He went and,
Really?
Yeah, he went and got really sick. He deleted all his social medias and
Okay.
like disappeared. And
Oh,
yeah, he was one of those crazy. He was one of those weird guys that was like, I don't know, a marketing guy or something. Everybody there had a weird job. Nobody knew what anybody did. So everybody was like, "What do you do?" The only guy that we knew what he did was the fucking mailman.
where's the mailman?
The mailman that came in, which was like the Cleaver, or whatever his name was, Ward. Cheers.
Cheers, Norm.
No, Norm
No,
was
no,
Norm.
the other,
Cleaver.
Cleaver?
Cleaver was his name, I think.
Whatever, I can't
Anyway.
remember.
Well, him. He was
Yes.
the guy that came, the mailman came. So, but he came after he was done. He was
Yes.
like, "Oh no, I'm done, baby. This is it.
Yes.
I'm done. No more fucking letters for me." He have his 2 drinks and he's out. Boy, those days were fun.
Those days were fun. Hopefully we'll have some more of those days.
I know.
Hopefully we'll have some more.
I went to the Bay House the other day.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. I don't know. It was just lunch. I said, all right, let me go get lunch and just grab I wanted a fish sandwich and went there. It's sad they have the bar cut off. You know, you can't sit at the bar, but you can sit away from the bar. You know.
The bar setup is weird. It's just like I've been to the place in Mineola. They have it set up so they only have X amount of seats at the bar.
Right.
So there's a seat at the bar facing the bartender.
Yep.
But there's another one 6 feet away.
Yeah, Bonefish is like that.
There's another spot where they have like tables set up right next to the bar, so they can have 2 or even 3 people there.
Yes.
Like as a group, so you can have a group there, but you can't face the bar.
Can't face the bar.
Which doesn't make any damn sense to me. Like,
Yeah.
well, so I'm safe like this, but I'm not safe like that.
Yeah.
If I turn that way, you know.
Apparently your phone was giving us that static because your phone stopped and then it
Well,
it just said. Once your phone stopped, it went
okay.
off. It
All right,
probably
all right.
was giving a little
Even a little
hum,
little hum.
little humdulillah.
Humdulillah.
Yeah, man. So hopefully those days will be back.
Yeah.
I mean, other states are slowly. I don't know. I can't even try to pretend to keep up.
Yeah,
or
it's
figure out what's
almost not
going
even.
on.
It's almost not even.
It's just so fucking weird. Yeah, it's just so weird, and whatever's happening is
But we will probably still be doing Two Bros podcast when we do this. So
absolutely.
keep listening
Thank you, Valencia, but I'm about
Yeah,
to change
that's what you're gonna have to do, or.
or kill us.
All right, party people. I think we're gonna get out of here.
Yes, sir.
Man. Oh, this is Two Bros Podcast episode 111. All right, party people. Have a blessed week, but more important, be a blessing to someone else. Peace.